Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? Welcome, 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 welcome to WMBT University of Health and Business. My name is Professor M. How are you all doing today? Hoping that you're doing great, hoping that you're doing fantastic. On my last podcast, I end up saying my old my old show, Wellness Matters in the Health Zone. So I said, let me correct this thing. But on today's show, I um I want to kind of share something with you all and just open up. There's a trend that's going around, and I want to talk about that trend. I really do because I'm beginning to see some things, and I just kind of want to talk about it. The word luxury. The word luxury. High value women and high value men. That's I'm saying it's all on you. I mean, all on YouTube, all on Instagram, and some of the other social medias. I want to kind of talk about it, if you don't mind. I want to kind of talk about it because it's needed. It really is. And you might say, well, what pushed you to talk about it? And I'm going to explain to you what led me to talk about this. I was I was on my phone reading. You know how Google have the news, and you're just strolling down. And what caught my eye was an article about a lady and her husband who plead guilty of, how can I use the word? Let me paraphrase it. Making up check stubs. And how I know this to be true, because someone did this for a friend of mine years and years and years ago, so they could get an apartment. And it was like, what? Your butt don't even work and you got this? What is happening? What is happening to our morals? What is happening to our values? This lady got into bought a 1 point some $1 million to buy $1 million home. From what I can understand, from what I read, just to keep up with the Joneses. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I asked myself this question: why so many people are going into debt doing this? Why? 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 I mean, people that are getting credit cards just to go on trips and then have to come back home and pay those credit cards off, which is nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing: suppose you lose your job. people are not looking at what's really going on in this world. Now, you might say, well, I want to at least have something. Excuse me. There's nothing wrong with having anything. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But don't live beyond your means. Don't do that. If you cannot afford $1 million home, get yourself in a nice apartment and call it the quits. All of this going in debt just to make yourself look good, it doesn't. Excuse me, I'm yarning because I get up at 5:30 every morning, go to work. But seriously, you only make about $100,000 to $200,000 a year. You only make that much money. You're riding a nice car. Just hypothetically, a Mercedes Benz a month costs you at least about good $200 to $300 a month. It all depends on what style you get. But yet, you are trying to live beyond your means. I want y'all listening to this. Look at this. And in reading the article, if I read it correctly, she was saying how she's getting personal loans just to keep the house. Okay, you buy $1 million home. Okay, you got insurance on that $1 million home. Okay, you got to put furniture in the house. Okay, you got to keep up with the maintenance in the house. Okay, all of that stuff just to keep up with the Joneses. They would have came out better buying a Four Seasons residential and paying maybe $2,000 to $3,000 a month for HOA and being just as good. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If you're gonna go that route, you would have came out better doing that. At least with Four Seasons, you have the maintenance people. You have all of that. And you might say, well, how you know? Because I'm planning on getting one in the near future. I refuse. I have looked at beautiful homes. I have looked at beautiful homes. And I've said to myself, okay, let's count up the costs here. Let's really look at this. You buy a nice, beautiful home for about $1 million. Okay. Keeping up with the lawn. Okay. All right, keeping up with the lawn. You know you got neighbors now. They're gonna be watching what type of furniture you bring into your home. Okay. You know you gotta have that real nice car. All of that. Off of maybe $100,000 to $200,000 a year income. Come on, let's be for real. Let's be for real. So when I see this, I look at so many young people on Instagram, and I know Instagram, half of them are full of fake. I know that for a fact. Like some of the private jets. There's a place in California where you oh Lordy. I've had to learn about Instagram. I ain't lying. I had to learn about Instagram. I had to literally learn about Instagram. And then you got AI out here, so yeah. But use wisdom. If you if you're gonna get you a nice apartment, if you're gonna live that type of lifestyle, get you an apartment that's at least about $2,000 a month, if you can afford it. Fix that apartment up. Don't live beyond your means. Like going out here buying Berkeley bags. I'm not gonna pay no two or three. I'm not gonna pay no $60,000 for no Berkeley bag. I'm not gonna do that. I order my bags. They're not Berkeley's, but they're vegan Berkeley's. And the company, rich people buy from this company. Rich people buy from the company. I would rather use that company than go out here and spend that kind of money. My bags run about 40 some dollars, between 40 and $60. My partner, he took me one time. I had a watch on, and he said, "I love that watch. It'd be nice if it's real." I said, "Hold up here. As long as they can tell time is real." We as people get caught up in too much statuses, trying to outlive. If you notice, I've been looking at some people on Instagram, and they be talking about old money. Old money never did go out there and flaunt like that. Old money, you and from this day, you got some people that are filthy rich, but they walk around like they're poor. It's only the millenniums, the Gen Zs, or what do they call y'all now? They're the only ones. Let me share some with y'all. Now, I'm not ashamed to admit this. And I'm going to keep it real. And if people like it, they don't do it. They don't. I don't care. I am a Timu person. I love my Timu. They got one in America now. I love Timu. I'm not a Muslim, but I love the Muslim outfits that the women wear. I love their clothing. I buy all my clothes from Timu, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. And they last me. I've heard some people talk, "Oh, they don't last." That's bullcrap. I have washed a lot of my clothes in the wash machine, and my clothes come out just as good. I have bought things from Timu, and they last just as good. So what are you talking about? People like to, in this generation, they love to flaunt. People buying BMWs and can't even afford it. Let me tell y'all something. I have a 2006 SUV Honda. Let me tell y'all something. I love my Honda. I love that SUV. And I told my ex-husband, I said, "Let me tell you something. If the motor was to run out of this thing, I will put me another motor in there." He bust out laughing. I said, "If the transmission go out, I'll put me another transmission in." I love it. I've had a Mercedes Benz before, and I'm going to get me another one. But the one that I love is the small ones. The ones like in the 80s and 90s. Those are the Benzes that I love. Now, my partner, he has a Mercedes Benz. But I love my Mercedes Benzes. But I also know right now what I can afford and what I can't afford. But people are buying these oh my God. I don't know, it's just hard to put into words. Why would you lie and make up paycheck stubs just to just to live in $1 million home, just to impress some people? Why would you do that? And this is what this world's about now, impressing. The only thing that you need to impress, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, He's the one that you have to answer to. He's the one. Once you go into that box, or you get cremated, or however it is, you're going to come to grips with two makers, and that's Jesus or the devil. Which one shall it be? Don't never live beyond your means. Don't do that. Don't live beyond your means. Don't try to be something that you're not. Don't do that. Because the only thing it does, it makes the devil make you look stupid. Here in Florida, if you really want to furnish your house real good, you ain't got to pay a dime for it. Just go into the rich neighborhoods. Go into these apartment complexes that people being evicted. Man, you can get anything you want. Fix it up, or go on YouTube, learn how to make things. I know a young lady, her husband was a truck driver. She furnished her house with old stuff that she seen on the streets. She furnished it. And I said, girl, she said, this is stuff that I got off the streets. I'm like, wow, that's nice. Don't never live beyond your means. Please hear me. Don't do that. Because when you do that, you messing yourself up. Yesterday, I shared in my other podcast, I'm in a process of getting ready to move. And I want to create a theme for my bedroom. And I want to create a theme for my bedroom. And my bedroom is a luxury hotel bedroom. And a lot of people feel that, oh, you gotta have this. No, you don't. If you look online and look at some of those beautiful luxury hotel rooms, they're minimalist. And I seen one girl, and what she did, I said, I like that pattern. And guess what? Yesterday, my daughter, she got a hold to me because the way that our bedrooms are made, they're kind of small. They're big, but they're small. If that makes any sense. And I have a queen size bed. And I told her, I said, I want to drop it down. She said, okay. What she did, she went on the marketplace and found me two frames, two twin frames, a standard size bed, both for $20. Boy, act like I didn't jump for that. Oh my God. Act like I didn't jump for that. Me and my ex-husband now we went and found the place, and he said, "How does this work?" I said, "I got the product. I put the money up under the up under the thing where the lady told me and got it." And and first he admitted. He said, "I ain't gonna lie to you." He said, "When I first heard y'all talk about this, cause see, this man's in his 70s. He's not used to all this stuff." And he said, "When I first heard you talk about," he was like saying, "How is this thing gonna fit in the car?" But when he got it, he like, "What in the world?" So I was talking to my daughter, and me and her was talking, and she said, I told her, I said, "I'm gonna take some zip ties and put them together." She said, "You don't need to do that." She said, "The only thing you need to do is just set it out, and put the mattress on the bed." And I said, "Okay, we got it going on." And so what I'm gonna do, I have some flowers, and so it's earth tone. My carpet is earth tone. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm so excited when I talk about it. I'm planning on going to the Dollar Tree and get, because I have some flowers, and my flowers are is the money tree. And I know you all have heard about that. I know you all have seen that money tree. And so the way the flowers gonna, the way I'm doing it, I'm getting the floating shells and setting my money trees in water and let it let it float. And then I'm gonna have I seen on, I'm trying to think where this thing was. It was on YouTube, where at the Dollar Tree, you know those big cannons like that back in the old days they used to have on the front porches and things. Well, Dollar Tree used to have them. And so what I'm planning on doing is getting two of those and putting them beside my bed as my night light. And have my bed and have my flowers. My fireplace will be in there. And that's it. Minimalist. And my recliner. My windows, my daughter and I was talking, and she was saying about she's, "I'm not gonna put no curtains up in my windows because the natural light comes in." But me, I probably put curtains up in my windows because yeah, I can always take the curtains and push them back. But especially when I'm sleeping, yeah, I would do that. But to me, that's luxury to me. I'm in a nice home, or I'm gonna put a TV in my bathroom. So while I'm soaking in the tub, I can be watching TV, or either just listening to some soft music. That's luxury to me. That's luxury. I don't have to be in a fancy house. I used to be like that. Oh man, I wish I could be in a fancy house. And yeah, and I thought about it. I said, you know what? Luxury is waking up early in the mornings and breathing. That's luxury. Luxury is putting food on your table where some people don't even have food to put on their table. That's luxury. Luxury to me is putting clothes on my back and putting shoes on my feet. That's luxury. We have to learn to define the word luxury. And we have to learn how to define it. Luxury to me is education. Why? Because there are some people that can't even get education. That's what luxury is to me. And when we get to the place that we can understand what that word means, then we can make it. Not trying to keep up with the Joneses, not going out here buying Rolls Royces. I'm not a Rolls Royce fan. I really ain't. I really ain't. I'm not a Rolls Royce fan. I just keep it real. Um, like I said, I'm planning on, it's gonna be years to come, but I'm planning on buying me a buy me one of those residentials in the Four Seasons. Everything's included. Only thing I do is just pay my $2,000 a month HOA, and I'm content. Takes care of my parking space. If I want to have me a chef to come in once a month, that's like $100. If I want to have somebody come in and stack my food, that's like $100. Just put it this way: I buy me one of those homes at excuse me, I buy me a nice home at the Four Seasons, $1,000 to make this say $2,000 for my HOA. Okay, if I want to spoil myself once a month, I can bring a chef in to cook me a nice meal. That's like $100. I've checked it out. Now a lot of some places are kind of different, but I've checked it out the place that I'm looking at. Just say for example, $3,000 a month could do me good because I would pay the whole cash for the home. I wouldn't make no payments. And see, this is the problem. This is the problem. People want to go in debt. I'm not going in no debt. I would rather take my time and save my little $1,000,000. So when I do get ready to buy my home, I can go and I can show where I've saved that money and buy my home. I refuse to go in debt for a home that I cannot afford to buy. And nowadays, you go online, you got Amazon that have nice homes. Fix those homes up. But here's the problem. Some states won't let you do it. Why? Because it's not traditional. Shipping container homes. I can build me a nice, beautiful shipping container home for under $500,000 and look just as luxury. Have me a built-in pool inside my shipping container home and be just as luxury under $500,000. So tell me, why do I want to go in debt, make up a lie, and then get caught on the lie, go to jail just to say I live in luxury? And from what I read, this lady was a scientist that worked in NASA. From what I understood, luxury. My heart goes out to her. I wish that I had the money to bring her out of all of this. I really do. But this is a prime example of living beyond your means. I'm looking at a pair of shoes. I was at Cracker Barrel. I like looking at odd things. I was at Cracker Barrel. And I seen these mules, blue jean mules. I looked at them. I looked at my daughter. I said, you know one thing? I'm buying them. She laughed. She said, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm buying them. And I bought them. And I think I only paid, they still got the thing in them. I only paid about Okay, I'm looking at them now. They were $24. Okay, no, I got these at Macy's, no Marshalls, $24. But I got another pair that I bought from that I did buy from Cracker Barrel. Let's not let luxury overtake us. Let's let luxury build us and make us. Let's not let it overtake us, please. And young people, there's nothing wrong with wanting to live in a nice place, but use wisdom. Young people, stop bragging on social media. Too many people getting killed. Old money never brag. If you win the lottery, keep your mouth shut. If you have a lot of money, keep your mouth shut. Walk in silence. Never brag about what you got. Never. The Bible says don't let your right hand know what your left hand do. Don't brag, please. Too many young people are getting killed because of this. Young people, if you're going to open up a business, don't open up the business in the hood. Go outside. But I'm trying to help the people. There are some people that are not on your level yet. Jealousy. Don't do it. If you want to live in luxury, if you want a high value man, let me talk about this too. Let me hit on this as well. Because let me share something with you young people, as well as older people. Excuse me. Let me talk to you a little bit. To meet a high value man, you first got to be a high value woman. And I'm not talking about, oh, looking good. No, no, the mind, the brain. Because a high value man is going to look at the brain before they look at the body. Educate yourselves. Don't get caught up in all the riffraff. Educate yourselves. Learn how to go and meet people. You don't meet high value men in a club. You don't meet high value men twerking. You learn to go get your passport, a passport. Learn to travel. Tone your voice down. Not all loud. Tone that voice down. Learn different things. Clean up the filthy mouth. I know in my life heard so many young people throw out that F bomb. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Tone it down. Pray. 85% of high value black men and black white men, they're looking for women that are Christians, that are saved. They're looking for women like that. They're not looking for a woman that talks a lot. They're looking for women that believe in themselves. This thing that telling a man, my ex-husband had me laughing. He said, "You seen this thing about this woman trying to sue this man for leaving her in noon?" And they asked the guy, and the guy said, "Yes, I left her." He said, "Because I was not gonna pay $600 for no food." That man is not obligated to pay no that type of money. When you go on your first date, here's a good idea. When you go on your first date, pay for your own food. The ways that our parents taught us is not like that nowadays. Buy your own food. Look, my partner and I, we go half and half on things. When I go to see him or he come to see me, we're going half and half. It ain't gonna be all, oh, no. We don't play that. Even my children do the same thing. And I learned this from my ex-husband. And what he taught me, although him and I, we're good friends. We don't get along being married together. Heck no. But we're good friends. He taught me this. He said, let me share something with you. He said, half and half is like this. If the both of you all want something, you might have the money. He might not have all the money, but he got part of that money. You might not have all the money, but you got part of it. Why not come together and both be happy? But this young generation don't want to do that. I ain't doing all that. He want to go with me, he gonna pay. I seen a video where this young man lost his job. And he told the girl, he said, I cannot afford these pocketbooks no more. I need your help. That girl specifically told him, I'm packing up and I'm leaving. He said, you just gonna leave me? I just lost my job. And you gonna leave me because I cannot afford your lifestyle no more? And he told her, he said, he said, pack your blank and go. Men, because I know I have some men to be watching this, listen at my podcast. Stop thinking that a woman gonna take care of you. Are you crazy? Ain't no woman gonna say and take care of you. You are a able-bodied man. Nowadays, there's no excuses no more. You can go on YouTube now and create a YouTube channel and pay $25 a month or $100 a month and get your thing viral. There is no woman taking care of a man. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I seen another video where this lady been going with this guy for 10 years, had a child by him. And she said, I need help. You know, you living here. I'm not giving you my money. Overtime. She said, but your child, overtime. And he did not know that she videoed it. And everybody told her, you need to leave him. Man, I don't know where y'all got this stuff from. And I kind of do to a certain degree, away with all the rap music. Because our men used to not be like this until rap music came out. And now, and it's sad. It's totally sad. And you might say, well, how can you be telling us about a high value man and you don't have one? You don't know what I have. That's none of your business. I know what I'm talking about. Listen, this young generation, they like to be nosy. Stay out of other people's business. Stay out of it. Learn. You come out better learning. You come out better getting up in people's business. And I'll be honest with you, too much of that. Go natural. A lot of men, they don't like women, they wear wigs or that weave because you're not natural. Go natural. There are ways that we can do things. if we only put our mind to it. I wanted to do this show on this because this lady, my heart went out to her. Not putting her business out because it's already on the news. On the news. Don't do that. Don't lie just to live in luxury. Don't do that. Luxury is a blessing to be alive because there are some people that are not even that are not even alive. To me, that's a luxury. Think about it. Well, listen, guys. Thank you for listening to my show. Like I said, I am moving. Hopefully, around about October, I'll be able to do my shows. I work for the government now, so there are some things that I'm allowed to say, and there are some things that I'm not allowed to say. But that's good. I have no problems with that. Um, my school will be up running. My YouTube channels will be up running. Also check out my my store. We're adding new products. A lot of great things are about to happen. And I just want to educate you. Please share. Please share. Constant the more I do my shows, I'm won't shop. I mean, Spotify to start paying me, so that means continuing. I have to continue doing my shows, and I would do that. I have no problem with that. But please, don't let luxury overtake you. And the name of the show is called "What Is Luxury to You and to Me." Well, listen. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Like I said, this is Wellness Matters in the Health Zone, but I renamed it to WMBT University of Business and Health because where I can teach on health, teach on business, teach on everything and everything stuff. So I love you guys. Until next time, be encouraged, stay focused, enjoy life, and live in luxury. Until next time, I love you all. Take care of yourself and be blessed.